Got another super chat. This one from DMV Sports Zone. Thank you for the super chat, DMV Sports Zone. Greatly appreciate you. DMV Sports Zone says, Chase a lot to lead in sacks or sweat, etc. Chase isn't a lot to do anything other than be a havoc wreaker. He's a lot to do that. If he's healthy, knocking on a little bit of wood, he's going to wreak havoc. He's going to create opportunities for other players. The question is, how fast does the rest of the league come along? How fast are they to get on the, hey, let's double team Chase Young and not let him destroy our game plan? How fast are they on to that train? Because at some point, teams are going to say, all right, and I think all it's going to take is 1, 2.5, or 1, 3 sack game, because he's going to do one of those this year. All right. When's the last time we had a guy that did that and actually looked like, man, he's tearing that guy up? Kerrigan's had, a 2.5, 3 sack game before, multiple times. But 2 of those sacks usually are unblocked. They run bootleg away from him. He's not blocked. And they're expecting him to chase the bait down the line, and he doesn't. He keys quarterback. They turn around. He's in their face. Easy sack for Ryan Kerrigan. Chase Young is going to be whooping some ass. And it's going to look different than what it looked like when Arakpo was here, what it looked like when my man, went to Green Bay this past year and lit it up for them. Preston Smith is going to look a lot different than when Preston Smith was here. It's going to look a lot different than Kerrigan rushing after the quarterback. Hell, it's going to even look a lot different than Montez Sweat. But you brought up Sweat, and I think that's also a guy that you cannot sleep on this year. I think he's another guy that you have to look out for, because as the season wore on, the light bulb came on for him. He started to produce at a high level in that Dallas game to wrap up the season. If that's any indication of what this guy's going to be moving forward, he's going to be a problem off the edge as well. But there are no guarantees in this thing in terms of who's going to lead the team in sacks, because so much attention could be paid to Chase Young that other guys are allowed to eat. Excuse me. And the guy that leads the team could be Jonathan Allen, with 10.5 sacks, and Young could have 9.5. And so could Montez Sweat, or he could have 10. Like I told you, I expect, and I'm doubling down on this, if we stay relatively healthy, knock on a little bit of wood here, up front, I'm going out on a limb, and I've already said this, and I'm going to continue to double down on this. We're going to lead the league in sacks. I think we're capable of doing that. I think if we don't lead the league in sacks, we're going to be top 5 in the league in sacks. I think we've got the talent to do that, and I think we've finally got a horse that can power that engine now. But because for so long, there wasn't that one guy that scared you. We just had a bunch of talented guys up front, but there wasn't that one guy that made you respect him so much so that now all the other individual one-on-one matchups with talented guys can be won. So I feel like now there'll be so much focus and emphasis on, hey, we got to make sure 99 doesn't wreck our game plan, that now, a guy like Montez Sweat, number 90, or a guy like Jonathan Allen, 93, or a guy like Daron Payne, 94, or a guy like Matt Ioannidis, all can get in the mix and start doing damage, and that's what I'm looking for, whether it's 98, 93, or 91, or 90, I can really care less who gets it. I just want to see us get there more often, and I think it's going to start with Chase Young getting after the quarterback. But if you put a gun to my head and you said, who's going to lead this team in sacks this year, I think my first answer would be Chase Young. I do think that, and I told you earlier on the show that I think it's going to be Montez Sweat. I don't know, man. The closer and closer we get to the season, the more and more I say, man, this guy Chase Young, because I know how the league works. They're not going to just give him respect right out of the gate. He's going to have to bless a team or two. And to me, before they realize what the hell is going on, he'll already have 7.5 sacks before they realize, all right, we probably should chip him or double him. And so I think he could just get out of the gate right. Like, I expect him to eat Andre Dillard's ass for lunch week 1 against the Eagles. They're starting essentially what amounts to a rookie. He's in his second year, but he wasn't the true starter last year. He had a couple of starts last year, but this is going to be his awakening. I think Chase is going to have a chance to baptize his ass. So right out of the gate, you could be talking about a 1.5, 2 sack game for Chase. And I think teams aren't going to wake up until, there's 2 or 3 of those 2 sack, 1.5, 3 sack performances where they say, okay, enough of that. We're not letting him do that to us. And then other teams will follow suit. So just like last year with Shaq Barrett in Tampa Bay, like it took teams a long time to figure out, hey, this guy is kicking ass. Like after the first 4 weeks of the season, he already had like 9.5 sacks. And it took teams like a quarter of the season before they realized, okay, he can't do that to us. He can't have 2.5 sacks. This guy's wrecking game plans. Like he can't do that to us. I think Chase Young could be in the same boat where it takes them a quarter of the season before they realize, oh man, he's really good. Maybe we should chip. Maybe we should keep a tight end in. Maybe we should double team him. So I think Chase Young's going to lead the team in sacks this season. Thank you for the super chat, DMV Sports.
Louie T Network.